Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, here to continue covering the Steam Autumn Sale 2024, and there's a lot of great deals available, a lot of good stuff discounted, and a lot of super cheap games. In this video, I'm going to be highlighting some of the deals under the price of $10, so yes, we're getting a little bit more expensive comparatively to our under $5 and under $3 videos, but still fairly cheap, all things considered, and you're getting some great games, a lot of great options, and as always, this is still just barely scratching the surface, so I'll continue to be covering the autumn sale up until its conclusion. Do remember that this is a shorter sale. It ends on, I believe, December the 3rd and December the 4th, but December 4th at 10 a.m. Pacific, so really December the 3rd is your last full day to pick anything up. Do keep in mind, if you don't pick up anything now, all of these deals are probably going to come back as a part of the Steam Winter Sale, which is one of the big two sales of the year alongside the Summer Sale. But the Autumn Sale still has a lot of great stuff. So let's get right into it. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is 85% off for $8.99. This is a game that I really enjoyed and I think is incredibly underrated. I think the people that played it all really did enjoy it, but commercially it just didn't do well, and you know, it is what it is. I had no familiarity with the Guardians prior to playing the game. I had not watched the movies, but I love the characters in this game so much. I think Star-Lord's great, Rocket's great, and the rest of the Guardians are pretty solid as well. Overall, the story is a little bit comedy, but at the same time does get serious. It has a good balance of the two, and I thought the gameplay was enjoyable. I know some people thought it was a little lame that you just play as Star-Lord, but I thought it was fine, and I enjoyed it for what it was. For $8.99, I think this is a great price in a reasonably lengthy campaign, all things considered. If my recollection is right, like 15 to 18 hours, like around that range. Maybe a little shorter, but I remember being surprised at just how long it was. But yeah, for $9, a good deal there. Next up, Slay the Spire. It is 66% off for $8.49. I absolutely loved Slay the Spire, as did a lot of other people, and it was one of those games that I was just blown away by how much I was surprised by the game in terms of how much I liked it. On paper, the idea of a deck-building roguelike, I was like, okay, what is this? The game was coming out of early access, and I knew the price was going to go up, so I just ended up buying it and absolutely loved it. Initially, when you're playing the game, it feels a little bit simplistic, but then as you progress through your run, you're like, man, this game actually has quite a lot of depth to it, and it becomes an incredibly addicting experience. The marriage of those game mechanics of a roguelike and a card game, just think that's super interesting, and it did very, very well. Now you're seeing a lot of games like this, but yeah, Slay the Spire, definitely a standout. $8.49, great price. Slay the Spire 2 does come out next year, so reason to be excited for that. Next up, Pillars of Eternity. The Hero Edition is 75% off for $7.49. You can get the Definitive Edition with the White March Part 1 and 2 expansions. That's $9.99. I would probably get that. Now, Pillars of Eternity should actually be a game that more people are looking into right now, because Avowed is coming out next year in February, and Pillars of Eternity actually takes place in the same world. Now, totally different game. Pillars of Eternity is more of a throwback RPG. Very good writing, good story, and worthwhile gameplay as well. I think for this price point, it's a great pickup, and definitely would recommend the Definitive Edition at $9.99. Next up, Halo the Master Chief Collection is 75% off for $9.99. Whenever I see this deal, it's just like an absolutely insane deal. Given all the content you're getting for $10, this is a no-brainer, given that you get Halo 1, you get Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach, and that's just an insane amount of content for your dollar, to say the least. $9.99, and even if you just go into these games to play the campaigns, that's totally fine as well. Now, they do sell the game standalone, and it's kind of wild. Like, you could just buy Halo Reach for $2.49. Like, obviously, I would just get the Master Chief Collection, but the fact that, you know, those old Halo titles are just $2.49 a pop, to me, that's also insane. But yeah, check out the Master Chief Collection. It's a great pickup at $9.99, a great, great buy, so definitely check that out. Next up, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The base game is 90% off for $5.99. I think this is a great deal for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, you guys know how I feel about the Assassin's Creed games since the shift. They are not my cup of tea, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that do really enjoy these games, so if you do, more power to you, and that's why I'm recommending it. It's 90% off, and it's a sizable discount on a game that was enjoyed by a lot of people, and most people that I talk to that really vibe with the newer style of Assassin's Creed games, it seems like Odyssey is the one that they all enjoyed the most. So If you want to check it out, you know, $5.99 is a great price for that, so definitely give that a look. Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown is 90% off for $5.99. Awesome, awesome deal for Ace Combat 7. Over-the-top action flight title, great soundtrack. The story really didn't do anything for me, but you know what? There is a story there, so if you want to be more invested into it, be my guest. But yeah, I think this game is great from the action flight combat standpoint, and the base game for $6 is great. They do have the Top Gun Maverick edition for $15, so you can check that out as well. But base game for $6 is so good. Next up, we have Hades, 60% off for $9.99. I get it. Most of you guys are probably looking towards Hades 2 at this point, but Hades 2 is still in early access, and it's still going for a premium price. I think it's $27 right now, so you know, check out Hades 1 if you have yet to play it. It's $9.99, and it's an incredibly addicting roguelike title. Great visuals. The stylistic presentation in the game is great. Very, very colorful game, and overall quite well done. I mean, it's got an overwhelmingly positive reception. 249,000 reviews, and 98% of those reviews are positive. That's absolute insanity for a game like Hades. So $9.99 for that. Definitely worthwhile there. Next up, Metroidvania action title Hollow Knight is 50% off for $7.49. I didn't get into Hollow Knight as much as a lot of other people, but man, it is still a beautiful game in terms of its presentation. The gameplay's quite good, the platforming's well done, and obviously a lot of people are excited for Hollow Knight Silksong if that game actually does come out in the near future. But yeah, another game, 338,000 reviews, overwhelmingly positive. 97% of those are positive, 87 on Metacritic as well. This game is just absolutely beloved, and for $7 and change seems like a pretty good price. Next up, Grand Theft Auto 4 The Complete Edition, 70% off for $5.99. Now, I have been, you know, somewhat vocal about my thoughts on GTA 4. Do I think it's a bad game? Absolutely not. It's just, I remember when GTA 4 was coming out, you guys, and it was getting 10 out of 10 scores from every outlet. Every outlet you look at, GTA 4 was getting a 10. When I played it, I just didn't think the game was at that level. I do think it's a fun open-world action title, and every time I'm a little bit critical about GTA 4, and I say that I like GTA 5 better, which I do, there's a lot of people that vehemently disagree with that. For $5.99, this is still a great deal. Like, it's a great open-world action title. You get the DLC, the episodes from Liberty City as well. That's just a great pickup for $6. It's just, I wasn't as crazy about GTA 4 as a lot of other people, but you know what? Again, I might be in the minority on that. And whenever I look at my comment section, it does seem like I am in the minority on that. Next up, we got DJMAX Respect a 5. A music rhythm title that I absolutely got addicted to when the world shut down. I love this game. Now, it is a music rhythm title, so you know that there is an insane amount of DLC content. Keep that in mind when you're getting into playing a game like this. There's just going to be a lot of bonus content that if you want all the tracks, be ready to open up the bank account and pay a pretty penny, because that is what it's going to take. I mean, it just is what it is. But the base game does have a decent track list, and for $9.99, I still think that is very much worth it. Definitely check that out if you're remotely into music rhythm titles, and a lot of catchy tracks in that game as well. Next up, we got Code Vein. This is on sale, 85% off for $8.99. Most people will call this anime Souls-like, and yeah, that is what it is, and obviously that's going to be more so up my alley with the anime aesthetic. Still a fairly challenging action RPG, but yeah, for $8.99, it's pretty good. The visuals aren't blowaway or anything like that. At this point, it is like 5 years old, but even for when it came out in 2019, it wasn't a blowaway game from a technical standpoint. But for $9, I do think it's a pretty good pickup. Final Fantasy XIII is 60% off for $6.39. I will go down as one of the biggest apologists for Final Fantasy XIII. I love the game. I think it's great. I think the battle system is awesome. The visuals, even to this day, while it doesn't look as good as when I initially played it in 2010, I still think it's a fairly good-looking game. I like the story, even though it's a little bit muddled. I mean, Lightning's a beloved character, I feel, and for the most part, the game is well done. The issue with the game is the fact that it's super, super linear until Chapter 11. It is what it is as far as that's concerned. Like, you know, maybe go into this game not expecting a Final Fantasy title, but all the Final Fantasy games are so far different from one another that, you know, do whatever the hell you want to do. What I do know is I really enjoyed Final Fantasy XIII, and for $6 and change, it's a great, great pickup. Castlevania Lords of Shadow Ultimate Edition. This is 80% off for $5.99. This is a action-adventure Castlevania title that I ended up really, really liking. I think Castlevania Lords of Shadow is a really solid game. It's not similar to the other Castlevania games in the sense of, you know, if you're playing a Portrait of Ruin or Order of Ecclesia, which are DS games, but you get the idea, like the Metroidvania-style games. It's not that. More of an action-oriented title, but fairly well done. Wasn't crazy about some of the puzzles, but for this price point at $5.99, I think that's a pretty good pickup, so check that out. Weird West Definitive Edition, 85% off for $5.99. I was shocked by how much I enjoyed Weird West. I thought it was a great game that was really focused on decision-making, and the great thing about Weird West decision-making is it's decision-making from a dialogue standpoint, but also how you tackle the game from a gameplay standpoint, and more than anything, the decisions actually have consequence throughout your entire playthrough. That makes the game inherently very replayable because you can get different experiences. But yeah, I ended up really enjoying the game. The gameplay's not blow away by any stretch of the imagination, but I like the setting, the aesthetic, the narrative of the game. Those elements were fairly well done, and again, the decision-making I thought was solid. So, $5.99 for that, quite good. And then lastly, Valkyria Chronicles 4 Complete Edition is 80% off for $9.99. I think Valkyria Chronicles 4 is awesome. You don't need to play the other 3 games to play VC4, and the Complete Edition includes a bunch of DLC content as well. Some of it is memes, but some of it's actually pretty notable. So yeah, $9.99 for that is a great pickup. And this is one of those games that, for a JRPG, it has such a unique battle system. And the narrative is just a pretty compelling war story. Like, I feel like even if you're not crazy about JRPGs, you can end up enjoying Valkyria Chronicles. So, Valkyria Chronicles 4 Complete Edition for $9.99, great buy there as well. But that'll do it for me. Again, a lot of great Steam PC game deals under the price of $10. Check them out. Links to all of them in the description box below. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.